Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Advanced Tactics Gold, episode number 13, I believe. We do have a couple things I want to change up before we end this turn. Also note that I am not feeling 100%. So I'll just do the best I can. This might be a shorter video. Actually, if it's me getting through one turn, I guess it's about as short as it can already get, is like 30 minutes. We'll see if I can make it a little bit faster. Also, I've been doing some thinking about the grand strategy here. I'm going to zoom out real fast just so we can get a bigger picture. Front right now, I mean, if we take stock of the situation, if we really think about what's going on, I'm pushing them back all across the front. So I have these visions of grandeur where I'm like, okay, you know what we can do? We can fold over them from the north, cut off the forces in the south, blah, blah, blah. Or, you know, we can go in through the stream, around the forest, cut them off way behind their lines. Well, the reality is, we're winning kind of like the World War I style combat. I mean, we're just essentially pushing them back. So there's not really any need for us to do these grand sweeping strategies that there's like a romantic feel to them. I don't know how to put that into proper terms, but there's some kind of like there's like this element of drama or elegance, beauty, who knows, whatever you want to say. So yeah, basically the AI has just been, we've been rattling them from day one. We have the extra bonus. Yonping looks securely in our hands at this point. In fact, the fact that we're getting so close to King Chi and Yutian means that we're really just starting to threaten their other production bases. I know you can't really see at this level, but just want to kind of like view the front, the bigger picture, and I think that sometimes it is nice to zoom out and just admire the bigger picture here, that we have pushed them back. I mean, this is middle line right here. If we hold even this line right here, we're in great shape, and we've pushed them all the way out of the central forest. So we pushed them back to the stream. And really, we've almost pushed him back to King Chi. The only place that we haven't like pushed him back dramatically is in the far south, but that may end up being a blessing in disguise. It's not really a negative as it is anyway, but we can easily cut off their forces, as a few people mentioned. So, what do I want to get done on this turn? Basically, I just want to move this unit forward, which I did, and then we're going to excuse me, we're going to use the remaining logistics that we have, which is quite a bit. And what we can do is transfer some units forward. Now I have actually 5 armored cars with readiness of 91 here. I'm going to transfer another one forward there. And that puts this one at 80, which is not too bad. This one only has 1 armored car in it. But I checked off camera and there's no armored recons that need another armored car. So that is just going to sit in the HQ and build up readiness, so it's okay for us to drop it down to 62. I believe that there is at least 1 armored car somewhere. Am I crazy? Maybe I am just crazy. I mean, we're doing the check right now, and it doesn't look like there's any missing armored cars. No? Wow, okay, I stand corrected. So, in that case, we'll put another one into the first army. Still have a fair amount of rail capacity left. We don't really want to move the horses forward. Those are going to be moved forward for their artillery already. Staff is being taken care of with the auto staff function, which is nice enough. 99%, 98%. And 156, so we can probably cut this down even slightly just to get us a little bit more, a few more riflemen next turn. I guess the only thing we really want to move forward is these armored cars. Now we have 2 divisions. You can't see because they're identical, but there's 2 divisions here. So what I'm going to do is just overload 1 with a bunch of armored cars, as many as we can fit in there, which happen to be, well, 6 of them. And the reason I'm doing this is just to get them forward, and then we can deploy them. Actually, that only lowered their readiness 83. So what I plan to do from here is, I think this one's gonna go under the second. No, wait, actually this one might go into the tough to say. I think this unit is gonna be simply, first of all, it's gonna be armored recon, and it's gonna be part of the first. The reason I want to do that is because in theory, if we do a push anywhere, this area really is the most opportune. We're pushing nicely here. We're going to hit the city. There's a lot of suburbs around Kingchi, but there's still little fields. I mean, let's just kind of, let's for a second remove the units. So we can see that if I'm able to push south of Kingchi and north, I can get a really, I mean, just the suburban part is going to be difficult. These three are going to make Kingchi a little bit difficult. Yutuana is actually going to be much easier to take with 4 open hexes on our side, with 2 that will be a little bit more difficult to take. But Kingchi with only 2 open hexes, and there's a good chance we can weasel our way into the suburban ones, but it may take a concerted effort. Okay, so do we need the readiness bars? No, we don't really need those, so we'll just, do that. Okay, good. So what do we plan to do? I think we're okay to end the turn now. Was there anything else I wanted to switch up? I don't think so. Okay, I moved this forward. We used that. I think I wanted to create another... I mean, I could just overload this whole... I could give these armored cars. I kind of like giving the idea of giving the armored cars to the second army. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. We're going to put this one... Yeah, I don't care about the age. So this will be all the armored cars this one has. Any further armored cars are going to be going to the first directly. But the first already has 7 armored cars accrued, and the second has 2. So this will give it another 6 to 8. So it's 8 to 7. That's about even. And I can directly feed the first army extra ones next turn. Okay, so next turn. Yeah, let's go to next turn. The other thing I'm keeping in the back of my mind, well, let's watch the turn first. I'll take a drink. Well, it was another nothing turn. Ah, got to level 2. Okay, good. Which is also going to help us in terms of staff points. I mean, the more staff points these guys have, which they gain some percentage. Is this the one? Are you the one who leveled up? Yeah. So you gain some staff percentage, which, staff, which means more staff percentage, which is good. 99. Why'd you have... Oh, okay, so we'll have to definitely pull back more staff again. Now, the great thing is we're starting to get our cows into position. And this officer got bombarded. Wow, that is awesome. I think I will actually use the bombard. That's one of the few ones that I don't mind employing. It's one of my favorites. So we have an interesting situation here. They've spread out, and this unit is pretty vulnerable to attack, I would say. Although combat readiness is pretty good. I think... So what I think I'm going to do is not bombard with this one, because I'm not sure this staff can... How much does artillery move? They move 40 by road, so it's 40, 40. This is plains, not fields. And they move 50 in fields? Or, sorry, plains? 50, yeah. So it's 40, 40, 40, 40, and then 50. They should actually be resupplying here, but I don't think they are. As much as I'd like to have the 2 artillery extra, I'm going to move them back and just get them reinforced by First Army. I mean, I guess I could have just checked there if they could go, and now they can actually just go there directly. I'll let the army do it though, the HQ, because it costs less readiness to get it done. Now we'll still bombard this unit. Let's as much as we can. 9, 10. Okay, so what do we do? 3 casualties, pretty low, 50% readiness. You know, this is not as good as I was hoping, but we have a lot of units in this area, and I think it's going to be okay for us to attack. So, yeah, let's do the attack from all sides. You probably can't see, but we have armored recon, armored recon, armored recon, armored recon, and the 2 infantry on the side. Now we're at 227 out of 200. Since these armored recons are 33 each, we just lower the lowest strength, which means probably the lowest experience group. I know that if they don't fight, they won't get experience, but actually that's still a good point. So let's lower the highest experience armored car, just to give our weaker ones a chance. Oh, brutal. Pretty good. So we lost, well, looks like 4 and 2. 2 machine guns is unfortunate, but oh my gosh, yeah. Killed basically 50, 2 trucks, 2 submachine guns, so they're starting to field submachine guns, and 4 infantry guns, my goodness. That was a walloping. And I don't even think we want to reinforce anything here. The only thing we might do is take the lowest guy, which is this 67, and move him here instead. So we have 2 there, we have 2 of my highest attack strengths there with the artillery. And then it's just a nice little pocket. And there's a stream here, there's a stream here, so these infantry, even though this one's in the swamp, which I don't like, it's actually pretty well defended. And it's machine guns as well, which is even better. So this unit might be too far away from our army headquarters to get reinforcements, but they're doing okay. So we'll leave that for now. Okay, so what's next? What we want to do is probably bombard this unit. This one. So we'll move 2 artillery here. Bombard. I have to sneeze 1 second. Ah, man. It's all falling apart over here. Okay, so 14. Wow, we killed a lot. 14 dead, lower the readiness a ton. That's good. This is good preparation for the attack, which is coming. Now, before we do that, we might as well just move this unit forward, and we can get an attack in here as well, just to try to kill some units. Great. Now I killed 4. I mean, their readiness is down to 3. My god, I might as well attack them. Do I have any other infantry that can attack? Maybe not. Oh, yes. Okay, so we'll move these guys in. They'll both attack. Okay, attack. Brutal. Didn't lose a single unit, which is great. And one of the 2 can move right back to where we came from. So we basically just cycled the troops. I think this one, yeah, only had an option to move forward. We don't actually want to move forward there, so they switched places, but we got 2 in on the attack, and that was pretty good. I couldn't have moved here and attacked here, so that's why I wasn't bothering to move forward. I don't want to just sit in a swamp, even though it is protected by streams, by, you know, riverfront. Not full river, it's like a, yeah, it's a stream, so still a defensive position, but not worth it at this point, I would say, to take. Now, we can probably do an attack on 3 sides here if we get one guy to move forward. Okay, so we'll do it this way. And they're as ripe as they're going to get for... We have 182. We're a little bit over. Well, in the same spirit, I'm going to remove the 6th. Excuse me. No, actually, I'm going to remove the 74th, the 19th. Excuse me, jeez. No, I'm going to change my mind one more time, and I remove the 81. I'm kind of prepping for a follow-up attack here. which I think we'll be able to get. Oh wow, this was my goodness. First of all, I need to turn down the volume a little bit on my end, but I don't. This is one of the best battles we've had. 8 to 70, my goodness. 10 trucks destroyed, 2 infantry guns, 1 armored car, 35 militia. This is really devastating. And not only that, but as I was kind of mentioning, we have the opportunity for a follow-up attack. Now the cool thing is, I can move this unit forward, and he's actually in position to bombard this guy. Now, we bombarded this hex a lot, so there'd be an attack stack for bombardment. But we don't have that same thing in this new hex, which we'll take advantage of. So we'll get 6 rounds of bombardment on pretty much already dead units. Excuse me. Okay, so we got the 6 rounds, we killed some more units, lowered their readiness even more. There's no entrenchment because they just retreated there. And now we just get whatever units we can. This one cannot because it moved from here, moved like southwest, and then attacked north. So it already used up all its movement. We're going to leave it there. And in fact, we can just... Oh, this infantry can't even make it there. Well, someone can, thankfully. So we'll get all these guys to move forward, and they will press this attack. Now, as we have the attack stack at 33 for the armored cars, this should be... Well, I mean, we've lost some riflemen, but this is otherwise basically right at the 99 out of 100 line if they're fully enforced. So it's perfect. And we should just absolutely crush this, really. The armored cars is the only thing we may have to worry about, but 2 versus our 12, they're at low readiness. I think we're going to get the job done. Wow, 2 retreated here, but this could have gone better. 8 to 20, 3 to 1, just barely good enough. A lot of militia dead. Infantry gun, armored car, and again, because they have the 2 factories are Air Force. Oh, they built a tank factory. Now we're in trouble. Air Force, and this one just popped up this turn. So, well, that may be something an incentive for us to start getting dive bombers. Plus, it's fun to use the Air Force as well. I can hear my voice is just so ragged right now that probably going to call this video to a really early close. Okay, so let's do the attack here as well. I get a drink. I'm pointing with my mouse cursor, but in fact you probably can't read that. Dropped the readiness by basically half, from 39 down to 14. Killed 2, killed 3 militia. It's decent. It's decent because the 14 readiness and 6 entrenchment is going to make for a really easy follow-up an attack. And again, I think we're going to start giving experience to the weaker units, so we'll do an attack with this guy and these 2 who all have lower experience than the one we're leaving out. And there it is, 99 out of 100. This should also be kind of decimating. Oh, we lost an armored car. And that's why we have backups. So, 4 to 21, not a great attack actually. 1 armored car, killed 6 militia and an armored car. Not a great attack, but still not terrible. And this is what I mean by we're actually able to push forward. Yeah, this is the limit of our ability to advance. Now if we do move there, we're going to be out of the low mountains. I think I just leave this line here so that we don't have to fight them in the suburbans. Hopefully they move forward and we can just break them, and with reinforcements, which will be coming, which actually can move forward. And we have to be careful with the oil. It's a little bit better. Not amazing. Yeah, so we'll have to do that. Wow, this is going to be expensive. Oops. Okay, so be careful about attacks is what I should be telling myself. Is there any more artillery up here? Oh, there is. I was thinking we need like 1 more. Okay, so You're not going to get much done, but just one guy. Hey, he killed somebody. Okay. Very little change, but one guy dead. Just to remind them that we're here. So I don't want to move too much along the front because, yeah, we are facing the oil problems. And I still want to lure them into this little hex. Okay, I was going to say, we have a hole in our lines, which is never ideal. But we're fine now. We no longer have a hole. And I'll get the weaker, the 18th, to move south. So we continue our usual 1 infantry, 1 armored recon. And I think that's going to be it for this turn. We did our duty in the south. We did our duty in the southwest. We did our duty in the west. And we did nothing really in the north or northwest. But yeah, so we didn't move the engineers yet. I know for sure this engineer is going to want to move here and increase the soil. We managed to stave off terrible situation with oil this turn, but yeah, so let's keep you moving as well. And we'll transfer some more units, although we can figure out exactly what we want to do with that at the beginning of next turn. I mean, we're looking solid here. I don't know if this infantry is needed. In theory, this unit is probably destined for the very far north, but as I said, I'm probably going to swing or shift my focus away from trying to breach the stream and plowing through the open fields to taking Kangxi, which will have a much more immediate impact on their production, and also allows me to easily cut off any forces in the south, which would be great. So, yeah, I don't know. I think we'll just call it here. This is all the attacks I want to do at least. Did I miss any artillery? I don't think so. I mean, this one, it's sad I wasn't able to get them, but... So 4 artillery was deployed here, which should be making up for the 1. Yeah, okay, so now we need to create more artillery. Let's create it in the south. Excuse me. So let's create it here. We actually have limited political points to deal with. And that one will take a little while to fill. Okay, yeah, we'll probably mix up production a little bit now too. Like we were going really hard on the political points last turn, we can probably move it. I think eventually I want to move towards, let's just take a look at the production overview. I want to move towards a, yeah, we're at 24 and 24, that's probably not the best ratio. But now we're at 44 and 16. Yeah, I'm going to go a little more machine gun heavy because I want to move to a 40 and 10 with machine guns and infantry and all that. Machine guns are just, God, they're just too valuable not to utilize heavily, especially when we're starting to get stack point limited. So, yeah, I guess that's it. So that'll wrap up this episode. Just call it to a close nice and early. Next turn, well, next turn I'll have some cows in the game, and that reminds me I need to set another division to be cows. And I really, probably next turn I know I didn't move this engineer yet. The idea was originally move here, build the raw, which I still could do, and then move back this way with roads. Because it's just going to take a little bit less time to do this. We don't need the road connections, but think I still want to do it. We have raws, and what are they doing anyway, right? So, okay, the alternative is I could just go here, build a road, and I need to build roads for it, but you know what, let's just solve the raw problem once and for all. When we have airplanes to build, we're going to have more raws drawn, and, you know, it's... So we'll do this, and then next turn, 1, 2, so that would be 1, 2, 1, 2. I think we can only get 2 next turn, then 1, bridge, 2. Well, it's going to come down to engineering points. These guys may not have enough. We'll see. Anyways, they're going to move their way to the front now. We have, I think, all the oil's leveled up to 2. 2, 2. Oh, another thing to consider is getting another factory. 2. 2, 2, 2, and most recently now 2. Okay, good. So we have 3 political points. That's not enough for us to make a new HQ, which we need next for the 3rd Army, which is going to be this group down here. And we'll probably get to that hopefully next turn. That's what I was saying. So, alright, until the next episode, thanks for watching. If you have any more suggestions, I'm all ears. But probably we'll push hard on King Shi, and we might just do this very slow, methodical push because it's working so far. And if it's not broken, don't fix it. So, yeah, until the next episode, thanks for watching, and take care.